Does your mods folder look crazy? Do you have trouble finding broken CC? Do you have problems with your game just not starting and you have to do the 50-50 method about 70 times to figure out what's broken in your game? Let's change that. We're going to walk through how to organize your mods folder. Don't worry about how I sound. I'm very sick right now, but I'm still going to help you guys with this because I'm tired of seeing the girly struggle. I would like to say before we start this video, you do not have to delete your mods folder in order to do this. You do not have to start from scratch in order to organize your mods folder. What you're going to do is go to your desktop, make a new folder, call it mods 2.0, call it whatever you want, brand new folder, and we're going to add in all of the organization folders that we want to have. So we want to have cast genetics. And no, you do not have to use the same titles as me. You want to have furniture. These are the examples of what I use. I have an accessories folder, a cast genetics folder, clothing, furniture, gameplay mods, hair, makeup, overrides, poses, shoes. Those are the folders I use to organize my mods. And within those folders, I also use different techniques of how to organize each one. In my cast genetics, I organize by facial hair, presets and sliders, skin details, and tattoos. In that, here is the key thing you want to have in your mods folder is a test folder. I put a test folder in pretty much every single category. That way I know when I go CC shopping and I go CC shopping for hair, guess what, baby? That hair is going in a test folder so I can decide if I like it, decide if it's broken, all of the above before I organize it in with the rest of my stuff, and then I have to go digging to find it. That's gonna go for everything. You want to have a furniture test folder. You want to have an accessories test folder. You want to have a cast genetics test folder, a shoes test folder. You want to have a test folder for everything that you like to go CC shopping for. If you want to just have one big test folder, you can, but if you're somebody who goes CC shopping, who downloads 50 some items at a time, you're still making it inefficient for yourself and you have to still go digging through those items to comb for what's broken. So if you make it easy on yourself, that when you're downloading CC, you're still organizing it in a way that it's easy for you to find it, pick it out, and dump it in the trash where it belongs if it's broken. So let's talk about gameplay mods. Gameplay mods, as most of you may know, and if you don't know, script files can only be one folder deep. They cannot go gameplay mods and then like I have here, Utopia mods. They cannot be here. They will not work. However, they can be organized into one folder. So if you want to have gameplay mods, then within your gameplay mods, you have like Sim online shopping. You can have Carl's Dine Out mod. You can have all of these things. In my gameplay folder, I put anything into this folder that modifies gameplay in any way. That's cast traits, food mods, lighting mods, anything that changes the game in any aspect goes in here. But there are certain mods that I do not put into here that are also gameplay mods. For an example, MCC Command Center, I keep in its own folder. Anything that's TMXC goes into its own folder. Anything that is UI cheats goes into its own folder. Wicked Whims or Wonderful Whims should be in its own folder. And I'll explain why anytime there's an update to the game or these mods are just frequently updated and you want to be able to easily open it up, pop these files out and put the new ones in and you're done. You know exactly where it is, easy to update, and you don't have to worry about your damn game being broken. Because let me tell you, these mods will break your game first before anything else if they're not up to date. So let's get into organizing even deeper than this. Once you've created all of your categories, accessories, furniture, clothing, whatever, however you want to organize it, I go a step further. Let's go with furniture. In my furniture folder, I like to go and organize by creator. That way, again, if there's something in my game that I simply don't like anymore, or it may be broken, or any of those things, I know exactly where to find it. I'm looking in build mode, I see that, okay, this little piece of something by Aggressive Kitty, I don't like it anymore. So I'm popping into my mods folder, popping into furniture, I'm looking for Aggressive Kitty, bam, there you are. I'm looking, yep, there it is. Don't like it, delete, okay? Super simple, keeps things easy, and like I said, it makes it your life so much easier that you don't have to comb through a whole just jumbled up thing of package files and you don't know where to start because some people's mods aren't listed with their names. Thankfully, some creators do list their items with their names, but there are some that don't. Some creators just list the item name, like this creator, okay? Some of their stuff is just listed with a LC. Their name is Little Cakes, but you may not know you're looking for Little Cakes, not LC. So instead of I'm combing through looking for this one item, or I now have to save this item onto a lot or in a room and then dig through it and find it in Sims 4 Tray Importer and all of that extra stuff, instead of doing all that, this is way more efficient in my opinion. Take it or leave it, baby, it works for me, okay? Now, down here in my mods folder that aren't organized, I keep my XML injector, which is needed for some script mods to work. Not all script mods, but I like to keep it here. That way I know it's there if I ever need to update it or anything. It's right here. I can grab it, toss it out, and put a new one in. Another Team Mexi one, I need it where I can see you because them shits be breaking. I also like to keep my cast background and my loading background here because I like to change them out a lot. So it's really easy to just say, oh, okay, I want to change my loading screen. Pop this out, pop the new one in, because you can only have one of them in at a time. Organizing like this makes it very easy to not have duplicates in your game. I like to organize by creator and by type. So that means if I have items by Dogsill, and Dogsill also creates clothing and hair, that means I'm going to need a folder for Dogsill in my hair folder and in my clothing folder. This makes it a lot easier to break down, again, to find those items. And it makes it very, very easy to not have duplicates in your game. If you make sure that all of your hair is going into the hair folder, all of your clothes are going into the clothing folder, furniture in the furniture folder, and so on, it makes it so much easier to not have duplicates in your game. Duplicates can be a cause of error in your game as well. I highly recommend the MC Command Center mod if you aren't using it, and I'll tell you why. MC Command Center will give you last exceptions where you can take this folder, MC_last exception. It is an HTML document, and hop on over to the Deadpool Discord server. If you go into their error support, you can drag and drop that file into the error support, and someone will get back to you very quickly. They'll tell you exactly what mods are broken, they'll tell you how many duplicates you have in your game, and they'll walk you through fixing your game. And last but not least, let's go ahead into overrides. I keep all of the overrides in my game in one folder. You can only have one override or default replacement in your game in order for it to work. Just like a cast background, you can only have one cast background in your mods folder for it to work. If you like to use map replacements, I highly suggest keeping them in their own folder. That way you can see which ones you have, don't have, or may need to add. Like Tomarang is a new pack and they just came out with a map replacement, so it was very easy for me to drag and drop Tomarang right into my map replacements folder. I hope this video was very helpful to someone and that you'll have a nice and neat mods folder from here on out, and no more hot mess and no more broken game. If you would like to see more tutorials like this, follow and hit the like button and leave me some comments to let me know what you think and if you're gonna actually do any of these tips and tricks.